until 10:50 here and explaining all this, but this is what you're going to have to. Now, when you make a copy, what I'd like you to do is make sure that you make a copy each time. Okay? So you should be able to open this, take notes, but for each production you do, whether it's video announcements, whether it's a YouTube series, whether it's a TikTok, or whether it's an audio series, okay, you gotta write this down. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what they are, I'm gonna explain it. Then I am going to show you how to work the cameras, okay? So we'll take a break and then we'll go ahead and work the cameras. All right, so and also, once again, if you see the check marks here, it's been graded and it's on Aries. If it's double check mark, double asterisk, that means it is on the process of being graded, and we're still grading it. A lot easier, I'll tell you. I mean, I hate to say it, and I don't mean to sound selfish, but this block scheduling has been a godsend, and I'll tell you why. Because I have less students. I have typically more students than anybody else, and like it's not unusual for me to have 200 students. Because I teach 6 periods. I don't get 5. Most teachers get a prep period. I don't. This year, I only have about 100 students, which is really good. So, all right, Brian and Arch, you done with your snacks? All right. So we got. By the way, Brian, I plan on having a after-school drone flying. Pick a day. What do you think? Thursdays, Wednesdays, or Wednesdays? Okay. So we'll be just flying the drones Wednesday after school. We have a lot of drones. Okay, so if you're interested, I know Brian did a really good job. You learned it pretty fast. Huh? Fridays? Dude, I'm going home Friday, man. We get off early Wednesdays. Well, we'll see. Okay. All right, so please open this up. And I would recommend using if you go over here, I would say make it into a blue ink and kind of write down exactly what I say, okay? So, did we discuss log lines? I think we did. Okay, a log line is a 25 word or less. Okay, there I didn't write it down. Okay. It's a 25, here, let me zoom in. Sorry. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more. So every film, every project requires this. It's a 25 word or less summary of a project, okay? So what I'd like you to do is, for an example, okay? For example, why don't you look at a movie that you love? Okay, favorite movie, like Nemo. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, log line. You're going to type in log line, comma, Nemo. All right, so if you can find it, sometimes it's hard to find. Oh, here we go. Nemo is a curious, impressionable 6-year-old only child who lives in an overprotective single parent. Okay, so that's not a log line. This here, however, is what we're going to do the next one. This is a summary. 100 words or less. So Nemo is a curious, impressionable 6-year-old fish? Do fish live 6 years? Only child who lives with his overprotective single father, Marlin. Having led a sheltered life, Nemo brims to the excitement of starting school and finally seeing the wonders of the Great Barrier Reef. Despite being born to a withered fin, Nemo yearns adventure and his fate takes him far from home. He learns he is capable of doing great things. So that is a really good summary, okay? And so you got all the different characters here, but I think that's just a summary for the character. So you may, like I said, look for log lines. You can also look for famous. You can also type in famous lines, or log lines examples. Okay. So like if you click here, you can find a lot of these guys are old scripts, old movies. But like I don't know if you saw Forrest Gump, 1990s, way before you were born. But Forrest Gump is Tom Hanks won an Oscar for that show, for that acting. Several historical events in the 20th century unfold from a perspective of an Alabama man with an IQ of 75, whose only real desire is to unite his. Okay, so several things you got to remember, okay? Or let's do this. The Godfather, an aging patriarch of an organized crime dynasty, transfers control of his clandestine empire to his reluctant son. Okay, Titanic. 17-year-old aristocrat falls in love with a kind but poor artist aboard the luxurious ill-fated. Now, we already know what the Titanic is about. Elf. Okay, anybody seen Elf? A Christmas elf goes to New York in search of his biological father, knowing nothing about life outside of the North Pole. So, here's the thing. You have to declare the main character. Okay? And the setting, New York City, okay, and his purpose. So here's the thing about a log line. You need to, let me go ahead and write this down, okay? First, and you write this down, okay? Name, first of all, several components. One, name the character, main character, okay? Who's the focus character? Okay, in Nemo, it's Nemo, not Dory. It could be Marlin. I think the story's more about Marlin than it is about Nemo. Okay, name the main character, name the setting, name the plot. What is the story about? Okay? What does your day look like? Okay? Azusa High School students go about their days in a new block schedule. Okay? Or maybe like in sports, okay? A small but quick basketball player tries to win the game despite the opponents being a couple of feet taller than him. Okay? Or something like that. So in other words, you need to name the main character, the setting, and the plot. If you look at any one of these guys right here, Legally Blonde, anybody see that? Okay, a fashionable sorority queen. So what does that say? Sorority queen, okay? Is dumped by her boyfriend, ouch. So decides to follow him to law school, where she figures out that there's more to her than just looks. All right, so yeah, I will not watch that again. Anyway, so, ooh, this is more me, bad teacher. When a breakup foils her plan to marry rich, self-absorbed middle school teacher, pursues a new man with a scheme that leads to unexpected lessons. So there's also a degree of curiosity, okay? You have to involve a degree of curiosity. Now, the stuff that you're doing right now, for instance, okay, let me show you. Like right now, your first assignment is going to be the camera, okay? So, you'll name who you are. Let's go ahead and say, okay, do you mind Emmanuel Logan if I use you? Logan and Emmanuel. Spell Emmanuel's name right. Focuses or studies the NC. Let's see, which one is it? Let's say the large camera. Okay. Only to discover that this camera is more complex than they imagined. Okay? Something like this. So here I name the characters, I name the setting, a large camera. I said students. See, that's students. So obviously the settings is going to be a classroom. Okay, the plot. Okay, they're going to study a large camera, and then they find out this is some serious stuff. This is crazy. This is, and they question whether they want to ever use this kind of camera in their projects. Okay? So how many words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I can add a little bit more. Okay, so I can add 5 or leave it alone. So that's what a, I wish I could find log lines. Can you guys name me? Okay, log line for, what's a good movie nowadays? Spider-Man? What's the latest Spider-Man? Yeah, it's hard to find log lines. Like I'm looking for Spider-Man 2, but here you can see, I mean, you can say something like a dorky science student gets bit by a radioactive spider, finds out he has superpowers, but uses it to get close to the love of his life. See what I'm saying? So there's an emotion there. So let me write that down. I thought that was pretty good to me. So, Spider-Man. Okay, a dorky lab student gets bit by a radioactive spider. Okay. And then I guess igniting special powers, which he uses to fight crime and get close to the girl he loves. How's that? So now, a dorky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, exactly 25. So think about that. A dorky lab student, I describe, okay, I could say Peter Parker, okay, gets bitten, maybe it's bitten, right? Bitten? Some of you grammar geniuses. Bitten by a radioactive spider, igniting special powers. He uses, see, for the word which is not needed. He uses special powers he uses to fight crime and get close to the girl he loves. So there's an emotional component. There's, I named the plot, okay? Or maybe I should, instead of gets, is bitten by a radioactive spider, igniting spider. Because once he got bit, that was an inciting incident. He gets bit, okay? And he suddenly discovers, my goodness, I can climb walls, I can climb buildings, I can become a spider. Okay, so, but what's his motivation? His motivation is to get close to the love of his life. Okay, has anybody ever seen the movie Social Media? You did? No? I think that's the movie we should watch. That's how Facebook was started. So as you find out, Mark Zuckerberg actually, he built Facebook not because he wanted to be a genius programmer or get billions of dollars. He got it so he can basically stay close to the girl he loves. He actually was in love with this one girl at Harvard. she wouldn't talk. She couldn't talk to him, so she created this platform where she could chat. Where they can chat with each other. And that's how it all happened. All right. Same thing with YouTube. These guys, they were kind of dorky, but they wanted to exchange and digitize videos so they can, like comedy videos, and all of a sudden they invented YouTube. Pretty darn good. They didn't think they were going to be billionaires. Okay, they didn't think it was going to be a worldwide phenomenon, but it happened. Okay, all right. So that's logline, and okay, synopsis. Okay, why don't you guys look up what synopsis means? Okay, let's the definition of a synopsis. Okay, seeing what time it is. I got the Smart Pass if you guys need it, but so I think starting next week they gave us a warning saying you all have to have a Smart Pass. If not, then you're going to be in trouble. Sorry, hold on a second. Okay, I got that. I need the calendar. Okay. Okay. All right, so a synopsis is a brief summary of something. That's all I got. All right, but let's, I was going to, let's do, like if you look at, God, you guys are so young. Back in the day, yes. Huh? Sure, you're okay? Let me just see. Let me see if there's a, hold on a second. Give me a second here. Oh man, did I not?